In today's video, I'll be recapping the progress that I've made this past year and the future plans that I've laid out for this coming year in my Lego city, Brickadelphia. Welcome back to my channel, everyone. I'm Steve. Hi, I'm Steve. And I just wanted to give you guys just a quick rundown of how 2020 and Brickadelphia actually started and where we are right now and where we will be going in the upcoming year. So as just about everyone knows, back in March, stuff happened and we ended up staying in our houses for quite a long period of time. And you know, I've actually made a resolution this year to spend less time with my family. I probably shouldn't say that, but so my journey began in April. My wife says, "Hey, I'm gonna get the Friends Central Perk set." What do you mean? Lego made a Friends set. Okay, well, that's cool. Go ahead. Well, since I'm getting it, you can get something too. Oh, really? Used to play with Lego a lot as a kid. As an adult, never really crossed my mind too much. You know, I check it out at Walmart or wherever and go down the aisle and see the crazy expensive sets and just like, never mind. But you know, things change. You're sitting around for a month, you know, what am I gonna do with my time? So she said, pick something out for yourself. So I did. I ended up getting this Technic rally car, put it together, took it apart, did the alternate build, took it apart, kind of put it away, and what was I going to do then? That's when I started to get into YouTube. I came across a channel called Under the Bricks. It really inspired me to start making mini modulars. You take these sets and make these little mini modulars just using pieces from that set, and I thought that was genius. I mean, one of the beautiful things about Lego is actually being able to take stuff apart, put it back together, build whatever you want. And really, that's what I love most about Lego. Getting a little teary. Pull it back. All right. So I watched Under the Bricks channel, and then that just opened up the Pandora's box. I took my wife's Central Perk set and I ended up making a mini modular out of that. Still in April, by the way. I took my wife's Central Perk set and I made that into my own mini modular. I thought that was awesome. So I started looking into other cheap sets that I could get my hands on through eBay or whatever, and just taking these $50 sets, just turning those into mini modulars. I made 5 of them. I ended up taking 3 of the Lego 2 movie sets and turning those into mini modulars. I did the Central Perk one and I did a Lego Batman movie set. From there, we're into May, and I was born in May, birthday month. My wife, her one superpower, I would say, you know, everyone's got their own superpowers, real life superpowers, and I would say hers is probably finding really good deals on stuff. She found 3 of the official Lego modular sets for sale on a secondhand site. The Palace Cinema, the Parisian Restaurant, and the Pet Shop Townhouse. She found those for like $300. Those are all retired sets, so basically it was like buy 1 modular, get 2 free, and that's like one of the best. That's pretty crazy. I built those up, and that's kind of where the beginning stages of Brickadelphia developed. I had the three larger modular sets and my 5 mini modulars, and from there, that's when things went crazy. I ended up buying 2 tables from IKEA, a bunch of base plates, the corner garage, the diner, assembly square. I really started getting into other AFOLs on YouTube, checking out their cities and taking inspiration from them and trying to do my own take on making my own Lego city. I decided to forego the road base plates and make my own roads out of actual bricks, turn them on their side, and do a curb. By that time, September came around That's when the initial planning stage of my police station started to take place. So basically from September to like the end of November was just planning this thing out, designing it. I really only started collecting Legos since March, April, so I really didn't have a whole lot. So I had to order a bunch of pieces for the police station. So somewhere in between August and October, I decided to really take my YouTube channel to the next level. Posted a couple city updates that were just kind of meh. Decided to take my YouTube station to the next level and start filming the assembly of the police station. So once the police station was done, I decided to come back around to my own take on the shrimp shack, which I had done that summer sometime. Decided to take it from a 2-story building to a 4-story building, rename it from the shrimp shack to the Busty Crustacean, and actually that's kind of where we are right now. I definitely did not think that when we started quarantining back in March that January 2021 I'll be talking to a bunch of strangers on YouTube about my Lego city. It's just bizarre. So now that I've told you guys the brief 9-month history of my Lego life, let's get into what I have planned for 2021. So the first thing that I want to do in 2021 is to finish off this area here. I'll be adding the last 2 stories to the Busty Crustacean. The building will be roughly this tall. I'll be adding a building right here behind the cinema and the Busty Crustacean. This building will probably go, I'm thinking somewhere around this tall. 2 key elements that I'm going for with my skyline is to have it tiered, which I think those 2 buildings will do. You'll have a nice stair tiered effect, and it'll also be multi-layered. You're gonna have a couple different rows of buildings in there. Hopefully it gives the appearance of some density. And I also have 2 other ideas that I've been thinking about. I'll either be doing an 8 stud wide building here going all the way back, or I will be taking the assembly square and splitting it into 2 pieces. The building on the left will stay where it is, but I'm thinking about maybe taking the 2 buildings that are on the right and relocating them somewhere else in the city, or maybe just moving them over those 8 studs and not doing that smaller building. I would definitely like to get any suggestions that you guys might have, what I could possibly do with this area right here. And with that section completed, the last thing I'll do just to finish everything off will be to pave the 2 sidewalks that are not yet paved, this one right here and this one over here. In phase 2, I'm going to continue to brainstorm some more ideas for buildings to put into Brickadelphia. One building that I really want to work on will be filling that back corner. I'm thinking about potentially making a hotel to put there, or maybe a large corporate office, maybe like a bank, but I do want this to be the largest building in the city, so I definitely have to put a lot of thought into what I'm going to do there. I want to take apart and rebuild some of the buildings that I've created this past year. These buildings I don't think will fit into my city the way they are. The building on the left is an alternate build that I did just using pieces from the Pet Shop Townhouse modular. And I'm also thinking about taking apart the 5 mini modulars that I made. More specifically, these are the 2 that I'm thinking about redoing. The one on the left is a Lego Batman, and the one on the right is Central Perk. I definitely want to redo Central Perk, and we'll kind of see what happens with the Batman one. I also picked up the new modular police station on January 1st, and I will not be putting this into Brickadelphia as it is. I do have a few ideas on how I'm going to modify this set, but they're super secret and I can't really talk about it. I've probably said too much already. In phase 3, I'm just going to be adding some life and some character into Brickadelphia. I will be putting in some custom lampposts, benches, trees. I'll begin to populate the city by putting minifigs into it. I'm not quite sure if phase 4 will happen, but if phases 1, 2, and 3 go smoothly and I'm able to get a lot accomplished and I feel pretty good with what I've done, phase 4 will be expanding to the second table. Currently, I do not have any idea what I'm going to do on the second table. One thing that I do need to do though is to come up with some kind of a transition to bring the two tables together. This is a part of the city that I definitely need to put a lot of thought into. I want it to look seamless, and at the same time, I want it to make sense. So there you go. Those are my plans for 2021. If you have any input, any suggestions, comments, questions, drop me a line in the comments below. If you enjoyed the video, give it a thumbs up. And if you want to keep up with the progress in Brickadelphia, don't forget to subscribe. And as always, we'll see you next time. Bye!